I know in Sadhanapada you just roamed, ate good food, visited the temples, spent some good time there, and then rested for the entire duration of the program, isn't it? Sadhanapada is not another spiritual holiday. Everyone, hi. Today I'll share my experience about the two main pillars of Sadhanapada, Seva and Sadhana. I had already done some of the programs such as Yogasanas, Surya Kriya and Bhavaspandana before going to the ashram along with inner engineering, which is mandatory. In the early weeks, as part of the orientation, we were taught inner engineering refreshers and Hatha Yoga practices. The orientation session really helped me to start the 7 months journey intensely, and we used to have guided practices, guided asanas throughout Sadhanapada, either in the morning or in the evening. And this was not something that I was expecting, and it was really humbling to see the teachers come every morning at 5:30 a.m. no matter what. The support was always there, and I struggled to keep up with the practices. Day one, yes, I used to get up, get ready, go to the guided practice. It felt really amazing to finish off the practices in the morning. And after a few days, there was resistance within me to wake up and do the practices. I had to break my limitations often. I remember I have broken my mandala several times for some of the practices. But again, next day, restarting the mandala. Sometimes it used to be my mind coming up with new reasons not to do a certain practice, or sometimes it used to be my body, it used to be quite tired and it did not want to do a practice. So irrespective of the reason, the only thing to do was to keep going. My mind also used to constantly compare myself with others who were doing more practices or who were doing practices better than me, and that never really helped me in any way. I had to really strive to bring the discipline to my sadhana. At the same time, doing sadhana in a group motivated me with my practices. It was one thing to intellectually understand before going to the program that okay, I have to face myself, I will be challenged in my mind and body, and the program will be demanding. But it was a totally different thing to see so many things come up within me when faced with challenges. I had to remind myself constantly that I chose to do this program because I wanted to bring discipline and regularity in my practices, and I was the one who was doing things otherwise in the program. So there was a constant introspection and monthly meetings, and the sessions really helped me to regain the intensity. There were also practice correction sessions for Shambhavi and Hatha Yoga programs offered from time to time. I remember at the beginning going to Adiyogi for Pradakshina meant I used to think, should I really go? But towards the end of the Sadhanapada, walking to Adiyogi was easy. My legs were no longer walking. The body used to just go. And as months passed, I could hold asanas for a longer time, and my body was becoming flexible, and the chatter of the mind was also getting reduced. I was not perfect in any of the postures, but I found I was no longer worrying about perfection, but instead just continued the practices. I could also wake up earlier than 4:30 a.m. if I wanted to. I experienced how my body feels if I stretch it to its limits and keep up with the practices. I also became more aware of so many aspects and limitations of my own mind. There had been moments of intensity in the sadhana. The food was also a great support to the sadhana that we were going through. With respect to advanced programs, we were given opportunities to attend them. Programs such as Bhavaspandana, Shunya and Guru Puja based on the availability, and we had to pay the fee. I did Shunya and Guru Puja. I also got to see Sadhguru whenever there were satsangs and even just around ashram many times. Another significant process in the Sadhanapada is the Adiyogi Pradakshina, which is the practice of going around the sacred spaces in the ashram clockwise to imbibe the energy. The first day when we were told about it and we were taken part in the Pradakshina, which was my first time doing it, with a chant going along the whole path, it was a powerful experience. And even after finishing the Adiyogi Pradakshina, I could feel the vibration within me. The Yogeshwaraya chant was still on within me. I can never forget that experience. And after that day, whenever I did the Pradakshina, I wanted to feel it again, but it never happened. In the initial days, I would be like, okay, I will do X number of Pradakshinas. Later, as weeks passed, it became X minus 1 instead of X plus 1. Then slowly I stopped planning the Pradakshinas, and this helped me to go to as many Pradakshinas as possible. Sitting inside the Dhyana Linga after the Pradakshina, I felt so still within me. The process of Pradakshinas helped me to clear my mind, bring ease to my thinking process, and not plan everything. It's important, one should not think about how big or small your experience will be in the program or have any expectations of it, because the experiences might be useful but not important on the spiritual path. What's more important is that how that experience transforms us. Looking back, I feel that every aspect of the program was a sadhana. Some I was aware of and I understood the results of it. There were many that I don't know but have left a positive impact on me, and I can feel things working in silence within me. Now, moving on to Seva, which is an integral part of the Sadhanapada schedule along with the daily yogic practices. I was assigned to IT department because I come from the same background, and as I had wished, I got opportunities to take part in various other sevas such as farming, serving food, cutting vegetables, ushering, temple activities, and so on for a shorter duration apart from the regular IT seva. And every seva was addressing a certain aspect within me. It was making me calmer, and according to the situation, I was able to adapt myself. I felt it was possible for me to break my limitations and achieve my goals if I focus on myself. The intensity of the work varied. The work culture is definitely different from how it is on the outside, and I found that there is a sense of offering in Isha that uplifts people to do something more than their capabilities and stretch to meet their needs. There are about 80 different sevas in the ashram, and depending on the activity, the schedule was informed. Some participants support in Dhyana Linga and Linga Bhairavi, others help out in Akshaya, which is the Isha kitchen, while others take part in project management, engineering, social outreach projects, graphic design, creative writing, translation, video editing, social media, IT, Isha Clinic, Isha School, and so on. There were numerous sevas. In the next video, I'll be talking about food and my experience of living in the ashram. Check out my other Sadhanapada videos in the playlist here. I'll see you again soon. Namaskaram. Bye.